everybody. It's Meg Medina, and look what I got in the mail. It is a card from Mrs. Barsanti's class. And you know what I love about this? It's made with pencil shavings, and the pencil shavings were turned into butterflies and into flowers, and I love getting cards and letters like that. Especially when we take one thing and we make it into another, because that's pretty much how writers work. And I understand that you guys have been reading some of my books. You read Evelyn Del Rey is Moving Away, but Miss Barsanti says that you also read Tia Isa Wants a Car, which is so fun. That's a story about a little girl, of course, and her aunt buying the first family car. And what I love about the fact that you read both those books is that you saw me doing pretty much what Miss Barsanti did with this card, which is turning one thing into another, because some of the things in those books actually happened. And then I turned them around a little bit and I added things to make a story. So a lot of you asked me, why did you write Evelyn Del Rey is Moving Away? Or maybe you read it in Spanish, Evelyn Del Rey se muda. So I want to show you a picture that I think you'll like. Let me just get it up on my screen. Here it comes. Are you ready? Okay. You should be seeing a picture of my birthday party. I am this girl in the pink holding up a Coca-Cola. But these are some of my friends in the building: Rosa and Josephine, Geraldine, Beth, Laura, Kyoko, and you know who this was? My friend named Evelyn. So there was a real Evelyn. I wrote this story because, let me stop sharing for a second. I wrote this story, Evelyn Del Rey is Moving Away, because I had a first friend who I love very much named Evelyn. She wasn't like my best friend forever and ever, but she was my first friend. And I always remembered her, and I always wanted to write a story about how fun it was to sit on the stoop having ice cream together. And the fact that both our apartments were almost exactly the same. And the fact that we were both Cuban girls. We both spoke Spanish at home. Our families were from Cuba, so we had lots of things in common. But I didn't know how to, I couldn't just write a book about a best friend, right? I needed something else. And so I added the part, I made up the part about moving away. Because sometimes we miss our friends. Sometimes they move to new places. Maybe that has happened to you. A friend has moved away, or maybe you moved away. Sometimes we lose our friends, or we drift away from friends if they go to another class, right? Sometimes we just grow up and we find other friends and so on, and we lose touch of our friends that way. So there's all kinds of ways that we lose friends, and sometimes it hurts our heart. So I wanted to write a story about two friends who love each other very much, who live in two apartments that are almost the same, and who have to figure out a way not to lose touch, but to stay in touch. And one of you asked me what my favorite part of the book was, and it was that, like, figuring out how they were going to stay in touch. And they did it, through letters and notes that happen. So Evelyn is not my best friend today. Today I have another best friend. I'm going to show you her picture right now. Here she is. This person, here, let's make it big. This person is named Alice, and she is my best friend. And we were teachers together many years ago because, yes, I was a classroom teacher a long time ago. And so I see Alice all the time now. We talk on the phone because she lives in New York and I live in Virginia. And we have stayed in touch with Zoom, with texts, with notes. And I'm wondering, maybe you guys have found ways to stay in touch with the people that you've loved, especially recently when we haven't always been able to see our friends. People ask me also where I wrote the story. I write it here in my family room, which is here. But I got the idea for like the moving piece when I went to a place called the Highlights Foundation, which is like a camping ground for writers in Pennsylvania. So sometimes I get ideas in one place and I write them a little bit later in another. Anyway, Miss Barsanti's class, I just want to tell you how sweet it was to get your letters. I have them all in a stack here. I keep them. And some of you have really great handwriting. I did not have good handwriting when I was your age. So keep at it. I love it. And thank you for reading. And I hope you enjoyed Evelyn Del Rey is Moving Away. And I hope you enjoy other books that I write in the future. Take care.